Have you ever raised your voice at your cat after they knocked something off the counter or scratched the couch? Most of us have done it because it feels like the right response in the heat of the moment. But the second the room goes quiet and you see your cat dash under the bed, a heavy sense of guilt usually settles in. You might worry that you've broken their trust or that they now see you as a threat. In the human world, we use words to say, "I'm sorry." But in the quiet, instinctual world of your cat, there is no vocabulary for regret. Instead, they use a language of chemical signals, subtle movements, and deep emotional risks to tell you that they want to fix what just broke between you. Understanding how a cat apologizes is about learning to see the world as they do. To your cat, you aren't a master or even a human. You are a really big, slightly clumsy cat who belongs to their colony. When conflict happens, they don't see it as a moral failing. They see it as a disruption in the safety of their home. If your cat is trying to make amends, they are performing a ritual of reconciliation that is thousands of years old. 1. The slow blink, a biological peace treaty. One of the first signs of an apology is often hiding in plain sight. Have you ever caught your cat staring at you from across the room after a tense moment, and then they slowly, deliberately close their eyes? While many owners know the slow blink is a sign of trust, they don't realize what's happening inside the cat's brain in those seconds. When you raise your voice, your cat's amygdala fires a stress response, telling them to flee or freeze. However, when they choose to stay in the room and perform a slow blink, they are taking a calculated emotional risk. By closing their eyes, a predator is choosing to go blind in front of a potential threat, you. Researchers at the University of Sussex confirmed that this is an intentional social signal used to de-escalate tension. When your cat does this after a fight, they're offering a cat kiss to lower the cortisol levels in the room. If you ignore this or stay frustrated, their brain registers it as a failed attempt at repair. But if you blink back with the same soft rhythm, their stress markers measurably drop. You are essentially signing a peace treaty without saying a single word. 2. The headbutt, overriding the scent of stress. If the slow blink is the announcement of peace, the headbutt, or bunting, is the physical restoration of the bond. You might be sitting on the couch, still feeling a bit annoyed, when your cat walks up and presses their forehead firmly into your hand or face. This isn't just a request for attention, it's a chemical intervention. Your cat has scent glands concentrated around their forehead, cheeks, and chin. When they press against you, they are depositing pheromones, chemicals that signal comfort and safety, directly onto your skin. Why does this happen after conflict? Because tension actually changes your body chemistry. Stress hormones like cortisol shift your body chemistry, and to a cat who relies on smell 14 times more than we do, you suddenly smell like a stranger. By bunting you, they are remarking you and overriding the scent of stress with the scent of family. They are telling their own brain, "This person is still mine, and I am still theirs." It is their way of refusing to let the bond dissolve. 3. The reconciliation offering, a sacrifice of comfort. Meow homzong cha, they don't do everything to please you. So, when a cat drops their favorite toy at your feet after you've scolded them, it's not just an invitation to play, it's a sacrifice. Think about the value of that object to your cat. It's the toy they carry, guard, and sleep near. In animal social dynamics, behaviorists have observed reconciliation offerings, where an individual gives something of value to restore a relationship. When your cat brings you that toy, they are handing you the one thing that brings them comfort, hoping it will bring you comfort too. They are essentially giving you their most prized possession to say that your relationship is more important than the toy. 4. Allogrooming, physiological self-regulation. Sometimes a cat will hop onto your lap after a rough moment and start licking your hands or your chin. In cat colonies, this is called allogrooming, and it is highly selective. Cats only do this with individuals they share a deep social bond with, such as mothers and kittens or bonded siblings. This behavior isn't about hygiene, it's a tool for reducing tension within the group. Interestingly, when a cat grooms you to resolve a conflict, research shows that the act actually lowers the heart rate of both the cat and the human. By apologizing through grooming,
Your cat is literally helping both of your nervous systems calm down. They are using physical touch to regulate the emotions in the room. 5. The exposed belly, the ultimate sign of surrender. One of the most misunderstood apologies occurs when a cat flops over and exposes its belly right after you've manged them. Most owners see this and think the cat is being playful or asking for a belly rub. However, the belly houses a cat's most vital organs. In the wild, no cat would ever willingly expose this area unless they felt completely safe or were deliberately making themselves vulnerable to de-escalate a threat. When your cat rolls over after a conflict, they are effectively raising a white flag. They are saying, "I am not a threat, please don't be upset with me." This is where many owners accidentally break the trust they were trying to rebuild. If you reach down to rub that exposed belly, your cat might swipe or bite. This isn't because they were tricking you, it's because rubbing the belly violates the very vulnerability they just offered you. To the cat, it feels like a betrayal of the peace treaty. The best way to accept this apology is to stay calm, lower your voice, and perhaps offer a slow blink back. 7. Proximity maintenance, the silent shadow. Perhaps the most human-like way a cat says sorry is through proximity maintenance. This is when, after a tense moment, your cat doesn't meow or rub against you, but they simply start appearing in every room you enter. They sit at a distance, watching you quietly. Meow are independent creatures. They have no problem walking away when they want space. So, when a cat chooses to stay near you during a time of emotional discomfort, it is a deliberate decision. They are mirroring a behavior seen in bonded primates. Instead of making physical contact, the individual simply reduces distance and waits. They are saying, "I'm not going to force this, but I'm not leaving either. I'll be here until things feel right again." It is the feline version of sitting in the same room with someone you love after an argument, just to let them know you're still there. 7. The social stretch, a reset of the social atmosphere. Have you ever walked toward your cat after a fight and had them immediately go into a deep, long stretch right in your path? You might think they were just waking up, but researchers call this a social stretch. Cats don't do this in the wild. It's a behavior they developed specifically for humans. It serves as a greeting and a reset for the social atmosphere. By stretching in front of you, they are testing the waters to see if you are still approachable. It's a way of saying, "Let's start over. You're back in my world now." If you acknowledge the stretch with a soft word or a gentle touch, you are confirming to your cat that the environment is safe again. 8. How to properly accept your cat's apology. Since your cat is trying so hard to communicate with you, how you respond matters more than you might think. If you stay loud or continue to show aggressive body language, your cat may eventually give up on trying to reconcile. To rebuild that secure attachment, you can use these scientifically backed methods. The finger handshake. Instead of reaching down to grab or pet your cat, which can be overwhelming, extend just one finger toward their nose. Let them come to you. When they rub their cheek against your finger, they are giving you the green light that the apology has been accepted. The cat voice. A 2022 study found that cats respond significantly more to short, soft, higher-pitched phrases from their owners. Use this gentle tone to narrate what you're doing. It tells your cat's nervous system that this person is safe. Sit on their level. Every human in a cat's world is a giant. By sitting on the floor, you remove the threat of height and meet them as an equal. This makes your presence feel like a parallel presence rather than a demand. Simulate grooming. If the bond feels particularly strained, you can use a clean, soft-bristled toothbrush dampened with warm water to gently brush their forehead. This mimics the sensation of a mother cat grooming her kittens, triggering a deep instinctual sense of safety and belonging. Why their apology is a gift. Cats don't see us as separate entities. They see us as part of their family. They don't apologize because they feel morally wrong. They apologize because they love the feeling of safety that you provide. To your cat, you are home. Think about the vulnerability required for a cat, a creature that is both a predator and a prey animal, to close its eyes, offer its most valuable toy, or expose its belly to you. They are choosing you over their own survival instincts. They are telling you that the bond you share is more important to them than their need to stay guarded. Your cat doesn't need you to be a perfect owner. They don't need you to never get frustrated. They just need to know that when the tension fades, you are still the safe place they can return to. They have synced their internal clocks to yours, learned your voice, and even changed their biology just to exist in your world. So the next time your cat offers you a slow blink or headbutt after a rough day, take a second to realize what's really happening. You aren't just being forgiven, you are being invited back into the inner circle of a creature that is notoriously selective about who it trusts. It's a quiet, wordless love, but it's one of the most honest things you will ever experience. Because a cat doesn't have to apologize. They could just walk away. But they don't. They stay, they blink, and they wait for you to come home to them. If you've learned something new today about your cat's secret language, hit that like button and subscribe. It helps us reach more cat parents
If
who
you've
want to
learned
understand
something new about your cat's secret language today, hit that like button and subscribe. It helps us reach more cat parents who want to understand their cats on a deeper level, just like you. Until next time, keep listening to the messages they're sending in the silence. They have so much to say if you only know how to look.